It's the best starting pitching staff in baseball. Took the Braves to the postseason 5 straight times. Its mission this year, a simple one. Keep the world title in Atlanta. After winning the National League East with ease, the Braves disposed of the Dodgers in the division series.
Into left field. Andrew Jones. They're going back to the National League Championship Series.
Let's go, boys. Come on.
There, against the St. Louis Cardinals, they encountered their first bump in the road when they fell behind 3 games to 1.
A ball and 2 strikes on Grissom. Ball game. The month of September showed the Atlanta Braves had feet of clay. That clay now may be starting to crack.
You know, it's shocking. You know, I'm stunned. You know, I can't believe what just happened. But the fact of the matter is, we got to put this behind us in a hurry. It's going to be difficult to do that, but you know, we're gonna see what this ball club is made of.
With the mark of a champion, the Braves rallied.
Grissom and Lemke come home, and in the first inning on a single and 2 doubles, the Braves take a 2-0 lead. And it's 5-0 Atlanta here in the first inning. Line drive, base hit, that makes it 7-0 here in the second.
Behind John Smoltz and a championship series record 22 hits, the Braves cruised. When the teams returned to Atlanta, Greg Maddux stepped up, as did the Braves defense.
Into center field, falling in a hurry. Grissom, the dive and the catch. Maddux gets any help, watch out.
In Game 7, Tom Glavine excelled on the mound and at bat.
Into left field. Can't get it. That will empty the bases. 6-0 Atlanta. Glavine has faced the minimum through 5. Braves by 10. Hit a ton to left. 13-0 Atlanta. Here comes Atlanta, New York.
Am I surprised that New Yorkers are excited about the World Series being here? No, I'm not surprised about anything. First of all, it takes a lot to surprise a New Yorker. The World Series being here is not a surprise. You want to surprise me? Go finish fixing the Queensboro Bridge. That'll surprise me.
For the first time in 15 years, the Yankees were back in the World Series.
Of course the World Series belongs back in New York.
They've had a great year, and they really deserve to be where they are.
A no-hitter for Dwight Gooden. Rivera makes the catch to end the game. Yankees win. Yankees win.
It's tremendous excitement around here.
I can feel the excitement.
I couldn't be more excited.
Excited right here. Right in the ticker.
The Yankees won a lot of hearts in the summer of '96, with a likable cast that included rookie shortstop Derek Jeter and pitcher Andy Pettitte, who with 21 victories led the American League. The bullpen was baseball's best, just the way New Yorkers like it.
New Yorkers got an attitude, you know?
In the division series against Texas, one man stole the show.
Man, the MVP.
Bernie Williams turns. This ball is pretty well hit. He's at the track. He's at the fence. And he makes a tremendous leaping catch.
And the Yankees are moving on to the ALCS.
Where the Yankees had fate and fans on their side.
I just think it's just been a long time coming, and there's just nothing like Yankee fans. I mean, you know, they're the best.
Tarasco going back to the track, to the wall. And what happens here? He contends that a fan reaches up and touches it. But Richie Garcia says no. It's a home run. And here's a drive to left. It's mighty high. It's mighty far. And good night. A bouncer to deep short. Jeter, long throw. Diving is Cow.
The World Series being here, it belongs here.
And the Yankees win the pennant. And it's the first time that Joe Torre has been to the World Series.
Presenting the 1996 World Series, featuring the New York Yankees and the Atlanta Braves. In this, Joe Torre's first ever World Series appearance, it was just like going home. Joe was born and raised in Brooklyn, little brother of Rocco and Frank, all three men a fabled part of the Broadway parade ground Sandlot League. Here on Avenue T in Marine Park, in the house Joe Torre was raised, his sister Ray still lives, embracing the sweet irony that has brought her brother home.
If it happened with any other team, I don't think it would be as rewarding to us as it is being a New Yorker. And also, as children, we were National League fans. And when he was asked to be the manager of the Yankees, we thought that was wonderful because they were so elite and high up in our estimation. They always won World Series. They beat always the National League. And now we're in it with the Yankees, and that couldn't be better for us.
Torre's family roots extend to a Catholic grammar school in the neighboring borough of Queens, where Joe's other sister, Sister Marguerite, imparts her students with the knowledge that I comes before E, and the Yankees certainly come before the Braves.
I pray, as I do with the children, that the Yankees believe in themselves, that they get up knowing they can do it. The talent is there. God is not swinging the bats. To believe in yourself is, to me, is the greatest thing that we can do for the children at school, that the Yankees can have. Because once you feel good about yourself, you know you can do it, you do it.
But leaving nothing to chance, Sister Marguerite's students have also come up with a good luck charm for Torre and the Yankees.
Our love to you, darling Joseph. We love you, God bless you, and go Yankees! Go
Go Yankees, go out and win. Love you, Yankees. Dear Joe Torre, I hope you win the World Series. This is all of what I have to say. Bye-bye. That's okay, too.
In still another New York borough, known as the Bronx, a World Series game was about to be played, and it was the talk of the town.
I haven't looked forward to a baseball series like this in 20 years.
I know how you
15.
feel.
This is a great series.
Well, we got the two teams, Mike. Thank God St. Louis, the Braves beat the Cardinals.
This will be a great 8 days.
Yankee program, scorecard.
5-2, that's the score. Yankees.
Let me ask you something. Could I borrow that shirt? I gotta wax my car tomorrow. Nah.
That's the nicest thing anyone said to me so far today.
Bullpen? Our bullpen's the best in Major League.
2-1.
What are you gonna get? Ready? It is hard. It is far. It is hard. See ya.
It is tough.
It was the first World Series game at Yankee Stadium since 1981, and the Yankees' first 20-game winner since Ron Guidry had more than just a week's rest on his side.
We blessed, Monsignor and I blessed Andy Pettit's arm. He's got to do wonderful things tonight.
Ah, but he'd be facing Mr. Wonderful for the Atlanta Braves, John Smoltz, who led the National League with 24 wins. Smoltz is the proud owner of an 8-1 postseason record. But in the first inning of this game, a walk to Bernie Williams was followed by still another.
Runner goes, ball 4. Back-to-back walks to the Yankees in the first.
Well, I definitely had too much juice early. I mean, I was pretty fired up to start, and I got the first 2 guys out, and I was starting to feel comfortable, and then I started to overthink a little bit and overthrow, and created a little problem for myself, which I'm not real comfortable facing Cecil Fielder with runners on.
There's always the potential for something big with Cecil Fielder, but his presence simply enhanced the challenge for Smoltz.
Sometimes knowing what a guy's capable of doing, you tend to get a little excited facing a guy and you want to get him out, and 50 home runs just pops up in your mind.
He's going Norton. He's going Norton. He's going Norton. He's going Norton.
Into right. Jermaine dive back to get it off the end of the bat to end the inning.
Smoltz had survived the moment, and the Yankee rally had been squelched. Not so the fans.
That's all right. John Smoltz, these aren't the Cardinals. These are not the Cardinals.
The Cardinals were a memory, thanks in part to League Championship Series MVP Javier Lopez, who came up in the second with 1 out.
1-2. Had him reaching up the middle, base hit. And that's the way the postseason has gone for Javi Lopez.
With Lopez on first, Pettit got rookie right fielder Jermaine Dye on a fly ball for out number 2. Manager Bobby Cox had benched Ryan Klesko this game in favor of Curaçao native Andrew Jones, who began the season with the Class A Durham Bulls. Now, his first World Series at bat.
Long drive into left field. At the track, at the wall, it is gone. Andrew Jones, his second postseason home run, and it's 2-0 Braves in the second.
Yeah, I just run the base and I'm happy to hit a home run in the World Series and happy to put the team in the lead.
At 19 years, 5 months, and 27 days, Jones had eclipsed Mickey Mantle as the youngest man ever to hit a World Series home run. 1 inning later, the Braves threatened once again.
Come on, Andy! Settle down!
With nobody out, both Jeff Blauser and Marquise Grissom singled, and Mark Lemke advanced them to second and third. With first base open, the Yankees pitched to Chipper Jones, who in just his second season already had seen his share of World Series happy days.
This guy's kind of, look, this guy's kind of from the old school. He wears his socks like the old timers. This guy, Chipper Jones.
He does, yeah.
He kind of prides himself on being an old-fashioned ball player.
To the left side and through. In to score is Blauser. Here comes Grissom. The throw by Strawberry, not good. And it's 4-0 Atlanta here in the third.
Unfortunately for the fans, the carnage continued.
Oh, man.
A stolen base, another hit, and a walk to Lopez brought Torre from the dugout, and an end to Pettit's night.
It was just location. You miss your spot, you're going to get hurt, especially against you know, a ball club like the Braves. So the thing you have to do, if you're not an overpowering pitcher, is make sure you have your command. And Andy didn't have his command the other night, and he paid the price.
Brian Boehringer inherited a 5-0 deficit. With 2 on and 2 out, the man of the moment had his second World Series at bat.
Andrew Jones.
30 minutes older, 30 minutes wiser than his historic first at bat. Incredibly, Jones became the second player of any age to homer in his first 2 World Series at bats.
2-run homer, a 3-run homer, and all of a sudden, it's 8-0 Atlanta here in the third.
Imagine Yankee Stadium, the World Series, 19 years old, back-to-back home runs. Curaçao's national treasure could barely conceal his joy. But there was no joy in the Bronx.
Killing us, they're killing us.
And in the 5th, Fred McGriff made it clear to all who could hear that it was over. 3 more runs in the 6th gave the Braves 12 for the night, 44 in their last 4 games. And by giving up just 1 run, Smoltz raised his postseason record to 9-1. It was the worst loss by a Yankee team in 34 World Series, 188 games. It was a night when everything that could go wrong did go wrong. A night you chalk up to the baseball demons and try desperately to forget. For this man, surpassing Mickey Mantle on Mantle's birthday no less, 'twas a night to press firmly in the scrapbook. Now, Game 2 beckoned.
They'll be okay. They're going to bounce right back. We're a come from behind team, you know that. We'll be okay.
Well, when you're going to a World Series game in the Bronx, there's only one place to meet.
Under the bat.
This is where we meet, under the bat.
Everybody meets at the bat. So all I got to do is yell out, Anthony, Anthony, because, you know, that's his name.
I'm waiting for a colleague and a guest from Germany, actually.
Come on, my son came from Durham.
His father's coming from Florida.
I came from Brooklyn, over the Triborough Bridge, from Galifi's pastry store in Brooklyn.
I should have had him FedEx the tickets.
Hey, here he is.
What are you doing?
What timing? How you doing?
What's going on? How long you been here?
About a half hour.
I've been sitting on the other side since 5.
Hey! It was traffic, right?
Let's go.
Okay,
We're
let's
ready
go.
now.
Let's go Yankees.
Go Yankees.
For Yankee fans, the prospect of facing Game 2 starter Greg Maddux was not one they relished. With 4 straight Cy Young awards to his credit, Maddux had just completed his 9th straight season with 15 or more victories. His opponent's resume wasn't quite as impressive, though Jimmy Key was 2-0 in World Series play. But here he quickly ran into trouble.
Come on, Jimmy, let's go. Let's get him out.
And he hits one down the line and left. It's a fair ball and extra bases. It ends up bouncing into the seats, interfered with, so a double with 1 out for Lemke here in the first inning.
Come on, McGriff. Get in the batter's box.
Fred McGriff and Jimmy Key were teammates in Toronto for more than 4 seasons.
He knows me, I know him. I know he's a quality pitcher. I've seen him face other guys before. I know from watching him on TV how he works the ball in and out, and he's a great pitcher.
But a pitcher is only as good as the corners he keeps. And early on, some key calls weren't going Jimmy's way.
Can't catch the corner. It's 3-1.
That was right in there, up.
If Jimmy Key doesn't get pitches like that for strikes, it's going to be a long night for the Yankees.
The umpire was a national umpire, and he's not used to me. He's trying to learn what I do and how my ball moves and stuff. And in that specific instance, you know, it was a crucial pitch in that inning, and I didn't get it.
Like the umpire said, it was a ball. So the count goes to 3-1, and now I'm telling myself, try to get a good pitch to hit. And Jimmy Key threw me a pitch that was up.
That's into left center field. Slicing to range, but it falls in front. Lemke scores, and it's 1-0 Atlanta here in the first.
The frustration quotient grew as the game wore on. With McGriff driving in 3 runs, the Braves eschewed the long ball and instead knit and picked their way to a 4-0 lead.
They've gone from big ball to little ball in 24 hours.
On the other side, and to no one's surprise, Maddux was masterful, consistently drilling the first pitch for a strike.
He gets a great deal of satisfaction out of outfoxing somebody. He's got a lot of killer instinct in him, and he just quietly goes about sticking it to you.
That's precisely what he does. Baffles hitters and infuriates fans.
You look up, you're 0 for 3, you're 0 for 4, you got 3 ground balls to the shortstop, and you say, you know, how did it happen?
He can chew you up and spits you out.
Let it say nothing. Come on, Anthony. Well, let's wipe the smile off.
Nothing's going right.
You know, I always stick to the reasons why I'm good, and one of those reasons is because I pitch in. And, you know, regardless of where you're playing or who you're pitching against, you have to pitch to your strengths.
Come on, Mariano. Mariano, please. Oh, lame. Very lame.
Enjoying the show was Greg's father, Dave,
Oh, Greg, take it now. Get the first batter.
who watched his Gold Glove-winning son induce 5 batters to hit the ball back to the mound.
How many is that? About 9 of them right back to him? Oh, God.
My movement was pretty decent. And, you know, instead of getting hit hard, I got some nice ground balls.
2 on, nobody out for Wade Ball. Double play ball. Lemke flips out over to first. Got them both.
He was frustrating a lot of guys because they were thinking a way he was coming in. It was like he was reading their mind. It just doesn't seem fair that Maddox, has that kind of intuitive approach to pitching.
Sometimes I think, where's this guy get all this talent? But I guess he's just born with it.
Maddox recorded just 2 outs in the air the whole game. And of his 82 pitches, he threw 62 strikes, including 23 of the last 26. Trailing 4-0, and with Mark Wohlers on the mound, the Yankees were down to their last straw.
You can put the hay in the barn, honey. This game is over.
On the verge of their first World Series shutout since 1963.
Runner at second, 2 out, 4-0 Braves, 9th inning. And the 1-2 to O'Neill. Game over. Got him with a splitter, and Wohlers strikes out the side in the 9th inning. And the Braves wrap up Game 2 after a 12-1 win last night. Game number 2 belongs to Atlanta behind Maddox, 4-0.
So the series moved back to the land of cotton, where thoughts of a long series had long since been forgotten. But then, outscoring your opponents 48-2 in the last 5 games is, after all, pretty heady stuff.
Nobody do it like Atlanta. Nobody do it like Atlanta.
No, go home, Yankees.
The Braves.
Get the Yankees out of here. Go back north of the Mason-Dixon.
Goodbye, Yankees.
Last time the Yankees came into Georgia, we did well. Sherman marched to the sea.
Atlanta was brimming with confidence, but the Yankees had a new battle plan in store. Darryl Strawberry took over for Paul O'Neill. First baseman Tino Martinez gave way to the big man, Cecil Fielder. And at third base, Wade Boggs was benched in favor of Charlie Hayes, as the Yankees pulled out all the stops to avoid the portent of a sweep. There was another starter in the lineup who at one time no one expected to see. On May 10th, David Cone had surgery to remove an aneurysm in his right shoulder. His stunning recovery now put him in the World Series.
I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a fantasy in the back of my mind. And realistically, all I wanted to do was come back and contribute some way, somehow, to this team that was going so well when I was out. But in the back of my mind, you always think, maybe I could be the guy. Maybe I could, be a guy that could be a turning point in a World Series or get a World Series start and have a big night. And without a doubt, that was in the back of my mind.
He'd be facing Tom Glavine, who won the clinching Game 6 in the 1995 World Series by shutting down Cleveland 1-0, earning the series MVP. This would be Glavine's 7th World Series game. Yet from the start, he was just a little shaky.
1 out, no score. Here is Bernie Williams, 0 for 7 in the World Series.
It was the first time that I faced Glavine. He completely surprised me. I knew that he was going to throw away and he was going to try to throw his changeup for the most part, but he came with 2 fastballs in, and the second one was with 2 strikes. He was too close to take.
Up the middle of base hits. Raines comes in to score, and the Yankees score first here in Game 3.
It was very important because of the fact that we haven't been scoring too many runs in the first 2 games of the series, and I think it was very important to, let them know that we were still alive and that we weren't intimidated.
But Cone also had a rough beginning. His first inning began with a leadoff single by Marquise Grissom. Back in Game 2, Atlanta used the sacrifice bunt to perfection. But here, manager Bobby Cox chose to let Mark Lemke, the man they call Little October, swing away.
Runner not going to Fielder. Out at second, got them both. Nicely turned, 3-6-3.
Well, that was huge. That was probably the play that got me over the hump a little bit. I know we scored early in the top of the first, which helped a lot, and then Lemke hit the ball pretty hard. If that ball gets down the line, it might be a double, second, third, nobody out, and Cecil makes a great pickup on it. Cecil's got great hands at first. If he gets to it, he'll catch it, and turned it quick, and that really kind of settled me down and got me over the hump.
It also seemed to relax the Yanks. For once, they held the lead. They also had a rally in the top of the 4th, thanks to an error, a walk, and a deep fly ball.
Come on, Tommy!
It's first and third, 1 out for Darryl Strawberry. Left side base hit. In to score is Williams, and it's 2-0 Yankees here in the fourth.
Here we go.
Cohn's father, Ed, and his brother, Chris, knew how much David would like to help his cause.
Hey, he loves this stuff, you know it?
He got his chance with 2 out.
All right, Coney. That's what they got him for. They got him for his bat.
And now it's bases loaded, 2 out for Cohn.
They're this close to breaking loose here, scoring a bunch of runs. This close.
To the left side, great play by Chipper Jones. That saved 2.
The Atlanta defense held the Yankees' lead to 2-0. In the 5th, with Tim Raines on first and 1 out, the defense came up big once again.
Into right, well hit. Andrew Jones back at the wall. What a catch. Now they have Raines on first. Double play.
The Braves weren't giving an inch, but then neither was David Cohn, a big-game pitcher who was pitching the game of his life, trying desperately to keep the Yankees' World Series hopes alive.
He's working him over tonight. He's got some good stuff. Come on, Tony, put him away. That's tough. That's tough. That is tough. Good job. Good job, Tony. Nice job.
Cohn shut the Braves out until the 6th inning, when his counterpart, Tom Glavine, led off with a most patient at-bat.
Yeah, I think him and David are buddies. You know? Not right now. Not right now.
3-2 to Glavine, a leadoff walk.
It's a little bit of a blow when you walk the pitcher to lead off an inning, or when you walk anybody, much less the pitcher. And Glavine's a tough hitter. You almost pitch him like a regular hitter, and that was our scouting report going in. But I kind of said this might come back to haunt me, and I know I was going to have to work hard to get out of that 6th inning.
Into left field, off the end of the bat. Raines can't make the catch, and the first 2 are on for the Braves in the 6th.
And now the question is, do you bunt? One would certainly think so.
In the air, fielder, 1 out.
You see how quick he got in there for a big guy? You got a big out there. Now you got a double play, and you're out of here.
Instead, Cohn created more problems when he walked Chipper Jones to load him up.
Here comes Torrey.
Joe Torre wants to have a word with him. Tell him what to do.
Well, he got about as close as he could get, almost nose to nose, and sort of implored me to be honest with him. He said, you understand the significance of the game. You know what the situation is. How do you feel? Tell me the truth.
He never hesitated. You know, if there was a little hesitation, I probably would have read something into that.
And I told him I felt all right. You know, I got us in this jam, I'll get us out.
And then once he said, you know, I get this guy, I'll get out of this. And, you know, to me, David Cohn, if you have 70-75% of David Cohn, it may be better than 100% of somebody else because he's been down that road before.
McGriff popped up to short center field, and the runners had to hold.
That'll work. Now we got 2.
But now Cohn faced Klesko, who could clear the bases with 1 swing.
Come on, Coney. We worked him over pretty good last time.
True, but this time, Cohn fell behind.
3-1. And he's full with Ryan Klesko at the plate.
2 outs, boy. This is it right here. This is all the tension coming out of this one.
David Cohn cannot believe that was called ball 4.
Klesko's walk cut the lead to 2-1. But the Yankees maintained that narrow margin when Cohn got Lopez to pop up. It was the end of David's night, and his father couldn't have been more pleased.
A lot of pressure on him. It was kind of a must-win situation. I thought he was very careful, and just did very good. Very proud of him.
With Greg McMichael on for Atlanta in the 8th, the Yankees staged a rally, and to no one's surprise, it began with Derek Jeter.
Bernie Williams gets to turn around and bat left-handed for the first time tonight.
I was trying to, you know, make them feel like maybe, you know, it was going to be a bunt play, and I was just trying to look at the infield, see what were they playing. But in my mind, I knew I was swinging the bat.
Down the line and right. Goodbye.
thinking, you know, this is great. You know, this is great. We got our chance, and we were able to take advantage of it, and it was just a great feeling. You know, it's very difficult, you know, to play in a place that you haven't played before, and especially with this crowd, but it's just very gratifying to be successful.
The Yankees added still another run in the top of the 8th. But in the bottom half, the unfathomable took place. Mariano Rivera actually ran into trouble. In what was his second inning of work, Rivera surrendered a leadoff triple to Marquise Grissom. Next, the perennially pesky Mark Lemke.
To the right side and through. In to score Grissom, and it's a 5-2 Yankee lead.
After striking out Chipper Jones, Rivera departed in favor of the man from down under, Australian Graham Lloyd, who felt calmer in this, his second straight game.
You've got heaps of adrenaline flowing through you. It's just amazing the feeling you do have when you're coming into a World Series game. And the first night I got up, I was thinking about Australia. I was thinking about the folks back home, wonder how many people are watching. But last night I was just straight in there and thinking about where I'm going to pitch McGriff and Klesko.
Into center field for Bernie Williams. 2 out. Now Lloyd. What a great job by Graham Lloyd.
Rally caps notwithstanding, both McGriff and Klesko had been set down under. Another remarkable job by the New York bullpen. Now leading 5-2, the Yankees turn to John Wetland, with hopes of giving Torrey the first World Series win of his 32-year career.
Yankees trying to wrap up game 3. They lead 5-2, 9th inning, 1 on, 2 out. To the right side, Soho. Game 3 belongs to New York.
The Yankees had made a dent, a remarkable, inspiring World Series victory for David Cone, the first of his career. From a cold operating table in May to the warmth of Atlanta, it was a medical miracle that brought Cone to this game, a miracle he now shared with those he loves the most.
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
My parents were the first ones I saw when I woke up after having the operation for the aneurysm, and to come this far and to see the look on their faces after that game. And you know, my dad's sort of a straight-up guy, you know, handshake, you know, pat on the back, and kind of got him over there and gave him a big hug, you know, and it's kind of rare in our family, and not a lot of emotion showed like that, but there was definitely an outpouring of emotion that night.
Meanwhile, the emotions of Yankee fans had undergone a renaissance. From utter despair, the voices back home now offered a glimmer of hope.
To me, the Yankees are where they should be. I give them a lot of credit last night. That was a nice job. They could have easily gotten swept, but they outplayed the Braves. Simple as that. I give them a lot of credit.
Now, all of a sudden, it's a fight. No, I don't have to hear anything more from you or any Brave fan around the country about how this is embarrassing. They're not on the same level. I don't have to hear about that anymore. Now get down and play baseball.
The Braves called on Denny Nagel in Game 4, while the Yankees countered with the beleaguered Kenny Rogers, who had struggled in the past few weeks. After a 1-2-3 first inning, Torrey's number 4 starter became his number 1 concern, as the Braves came to bat in the second.
3 balls and a strike on McGriff. Hit into center. Track, wall, 1-0 Atlanta.
Kenny's troubles were far from over. With runners on first and third, after 2 walks and a fly ball, Cox called for a little pressure, with the bat-steady Jeff Blauser at the plate.
Squeeze play. It was on. It works. Nobody covers first, and it's 2-0 Atlanta.
Nagel moved the runners to second and third, and with the chance to give Atlanta a 4-run lead, Marquise Grissom.
There it is. In to score is Jones. In to score is Blauser. Down to second, Grissom. 4-0 Atlanta.
Yankee fans watched their deficit grow to 5, and by the third inning, Rogers' day was done. Meanwhile, Nagel continued to cruise. Through 5 innings, Nagel was superb, and the Braves were smelling blood. The Yankees had gone deep in their bullpen by the bottom of the 5th, when Atlanta put 2 runners on with 2 out for Andruw Jones.
Runners will go with a 3-2 pitch. To third, Hayes can't make the play. Here comes Chipper Jones. Jones scores, and it's 6-0 Atlanta.
Yankee fans had hit bottom, 6-zip against the world champs.
This game's history. We don't need to chant no more.
A sentiment that the Yankees team didn't quite agree with.
Well, we've pretty much been coming back all year. I mean, we've had plenty of come from behind wins in the playoffs, but anytime you play against a team like the Braves, you'd like to come out, and try to get a lead. But we were down 6 runs, and I still felt that we had a chance to win if we, got to Nagel and got in their bullpen. I thought we might have a chance.
Jeter's faith received a boost when he led off the 6th with a foul ball that had destiny written all over it.
Right side, tough play, and nobody will get there.
Right field umpire got in the way. I think he was more concerned with staying out of the way of Fred McGriff and Mark Lemke and didn't realize that Jermaine Dye was coming in right behind him.
Well, the reason it wasn't caught because the umpire froze like a statue out there, and, Dye makes that catch easy. I don't know. It's a 3-man conversion. You got a second baseman coming out, a first baseman, and obviously there's a right fielder playing somewhere, and it cost us an out. He catches the ball routinely chin high, and I like to believe in my own mind that they don't score that inning.
I had sort of a second life, so I just tried to get on any way possible, and actually he made a good pitch, and I just fought it off and then blooped it in the right field.
Jeter's brush with Providence did not sit too well with Cox. Following a walk to Bernie Williams, the Yankees had 2 men on, no one out, and a ray of hope with Cecil.
We got to get a hit here. Okay, your big guy's up, 45.
Now a 2-ball, 2-strike count, and Fielder has the advantage. Nagel has to come right at it with 2 on, nobody out. Into right field, base hit, it gets past Don. Here comes Jeter, he'll score. Headed to third is Bernie Williams. They bring him around. They miss the initial cutoff man. Williams is safe, and it's a 4-run game.
Still no one out, and Cecil on second for Charlie Hayes.
Now another into right center field to shoot the gap. In to score is Fielder. On at first is Hayes, and it's a 6-3 game.
Terrell Wade relieved Nagel and walked Strawberry. On came Mike Bielecki with a fastball and a prayer.
He has 2 on, nobody out. Bielecki gets him for the first out here in the 6th. Got it.
Once again, hope had turned to despair. Bielecki's amazing performance had seemingly put Atlanta back in control. With a 3-run lead, the Braves made an early call to Mark Wohlers in the 8th. But the Yankees were on a most auspicious roll.
Charlie Hayes leads it off, a swinging bunt that will roll and stay fair. Unbelievable. A leadoff base hit, and Hayes is on to start the 8th inning. To the left side and through, a base hit for Strawberry. Wohlers has picked up 6 straight postseason saves. He's really going to have to work for this one.
Now the confidence of Braves fans began to wane.
Double play ball maybe. Belliard kicks it. They get only 1.
Go figure. Shortstop Rafael Belliard had come in for defensive purposes, but was handcuffed by what appeared to be a certain double play ball.
And it's first and third, 1 out. For the catcher, Jim Leyritz, his first at bat of the night. Big swing. He was right on it. And now 2-1 on Leyritz.
I think Wohlers is going to the breaking ball too much. If you get beat, you want to get beat on your best pitch, not your 3rd best pitch. This situation right here, this is a game situation. It's almost like Bobby Cox is shaking his head.
I believe that no matter what you call, if it's in the right location, he's going to get the hitter out. So even though he's a fastball pitcher, Mark gets a tremendous amount of strikeouts on a split finger and a slider.
Another good swing, 2-2. And up to 99 miles per hour from Wohlers.
Oh, with the fans on their feet now. A little extra adrenaline, see if he can crack that 100 mark.
And a 2-2 pitch coming to Leyritz.
Went back to the slider on the 2-2 pitch.
I'm a dead fastball hitter. And when in doubt, don't throw me a fastball. Whether it's 100, whether it's 98 or anything like that. I think, like I said, if he makes his pitch there, if he makes a good sliding slider right there, he probably gets me. But yeah, as far as my thinking, I was saying, okay, he's going to come back with a fastball. Guy throws 100 miles an hour. I'm going to look fastball.
Again, the 2-2 to Leyritz. In the air to left field. Back at the track, at the wall. We are tied. Six here in the eighth.
And it was a slider in the eyes of Leyritz. Another slider from Wohlers. What a remarkable comeback by the Yankees. Wow.
I was not thinking home run right there. I'm thinking, okay, try to get a ball hit over the middle or that right field, drive in at least one run and get us going. Fortunately for me, when he hung the slider, I kept my hands back. And by looking fastball, it sped up my bat. I hit it and I was like, okay, let's just see if Andrew Jones has a chance to catch it. When I saw him go up, I thought the ball just barely got out. When I watched the replay, I noticed it hit the back wall and it got out pretty good. But until I hit first base, I wasn't 100% sure it was going to get out.
Tied at 6, the game entered the 9th. There, with 2 men out, the Yankees threatened once again. Fielder singled to right off Wohlers and moved to third on Hayes' hit to left. 2 men on, 2 men out, and Darrell caught a break.
To the left side, trouble. That's a base hit, and that'll load the bases here in the 9th inning.
Go, Wohlers! Pull yourself together, man!
So now, with the bases loaded, Mariano Duncan gave Braves fans a moment, well, to die for. The Braves struck back in their half of the ninth with a Lemke hit.
Come on, Chip!
And a one-out walk to Chipper Jones. Rivera had tired, and with runners on first and second, he gave way to the resurgent Graham Lloyd, who in the game prior, with a runner on base, had handled Fred McGriff.
I come in there thinking, well, you know, I've pitched him away and I've had pretty good success the last couple of nights. I'm going to mix up my pitches, but I'll stay away from him.
Jeter will try to start it. 6-4-3. We're going to extra innings here in Game 4.
A game that had officially become a classic now moved into the 10th, where for the first time in the series, the Braves called on Steve Avery. He got 2 quick outs, then walked Tim Raines on 4 pitches. Jeter followed with a seeing eye single, and the Yankees had runners on first and second. With 2 out and Bernie Williams slated to bat right-handed, Bobby Cox made his move.
Bernie Williams is the one guy that our scouts and everybody in the baseball world, if you can pitch around him, do it. Don't let him beat you.
Oh, wow. Atta baby, walk him! Walk him!
They will intentionally walk Bernie Williams.
How about that?
And with 2 out, the bases will be loaded. And the last bullet for Joe Torre on his bench is Wade Boggs.
Come on, Stevie! He's liable to take a couple of strikes. That's the kind of guy Boggs is.
Here's strike 1.
Hey, come on, Wade. This is it.
Strike 2. 2-2. Full count, and the runners will go. Yankees take the lead.
Incredibly, the Yankees had come back from 6 runs down to take a 7-6 lead. They extended it to 8-6 when Klesko lost Charlie Hayes' soft flare to first in the lights. Lloyd did his job in the bottom of the 10th when he fanned Klesko. Atlanta fans were resigned to acknowledge that the New York bullpen was outpitching theirs. But with Wetland now in the game, that 19-year-old boy wonder got his 3rd hit of the night.
Ripped into left field, a one-out base hit by Andrew Jones. 1 on, 1 out, tying run at the plate, Jermaine Dye. Runner goes and Dye hits it into deep left field, got under it, Raines is there, 2 out. Now the Yankees playing behind the runner with a left-handed batter, Terry Pendleton at the plate. Jones will walk down to second. Pendleton shoots it to deep left. Raines is there, falling as he catches it. And in 10 innings, the Yankees hang on and win 8-6. And this series is tied at 2 games apiece.
In 4 hours and 17 minutes, the longest World Series game ever, the Yankees became just the 3rd team in the history of baseball ever to win a postseason game in which it trailed by 6 runs.
Tremendous comeback. Guys never gave up. Everyone contributed. Jimmy Leyritz gets a huge 3-run homer off a great stopper, Mark Wohlers. Great game.
Tonight's ball game, everything that happened after the 8th inning shouldn't have happened. Tonight's ball game is, should be put on my shoulders. I lost it. I blew it. I got a job to do. I get paid a hell of a lot of money to go out there and shut them down when Bobby hands me the ball. And tonight I just didn't do it. But, you just forget about it as quickly as possible because you got to come right back out here tomorrow.
Farewell, Fulton County Stadium. This is the last day that you'll see this stadium live in action.
As Atlanta closed the stadium, the talk before Game 5 was still of the Jim Leyritz home run, one of the most important home runs in Yankee history, and how it promised a trip back north.
Oh, back to the Bronx, you gotta go.
We're going to the Bronx Zoo. Brother, they're going to be fired up in the zoo come Saturday. And I think that would be the advantage for us to go home, 3-2 because, on Saturday, that place is going to be rocking. I think it'd be to our advantage with a home team. I would definitely love to go home 3-2 us.
But of course, John Smoltz stood in the way, and the Game 1 winner seemed even more focused than usual. Through the first 3 innings, Smoltz struck out 6. It was safe to say that in Atlanta, confidence was high.
They ain't no big smoke.
But matching him pitch for pitch, Andy Pettitte, so ineffective in Game 1 when he gave up 7 runs, he took a different approach in this game, one that would prove to be far and away better.
I hadn't pitched like that the entire year. This year I'd pitched inside fastballs, cutters inside, and that was pretty much it. I had success all year with it, so I stayed with it. And then all of a sudden, I go out there in Game 5, I got a good fastball away, and that's all we threw. I mean, we probably threw 70 fastballs away out of the 100 pitches I threw. So it was just real weird to go out there and to be able to throw a completely different game than I've pitched all year.
I'm glad these fans got a chance to see the American League Cy Young winner.
Neither team budged an inch until the 4th inning, when the Yankees got a break from a place they'd least expected.
Hayes hitting .250 in the World Series. That's well hit into right center field. Grissom back to get it. Drops it. Hayes will end up at second base as the ball falls in right center.
I think Jermaine Dye shielded Marquise Grissom. And I don't think Grissom had a full view of the ball.
Grissom's error put Bernie Williams in a sacrificial state of mind. And with just 1 out, the Yankees had a runner on third, the first man to reach third for either team.
Very good, very good.
Schmutz needs a strikeout here.
Only one out.
Schmutz is going to
I told you you're going to score a run.
Let's go, Yankees! Runner at third, one out, no score, fourth inning. This has got to be a patient at bat for Cecil Fielder. Remember, he is vulnerable to the high fastball. Fielder down the left field line. It's fair. Up against the wall. In to score is Hayes. Down to second is Fielder. He's in with a double. And the Yankees take a 1-0 fourth inning lead.
We got one. We got one. Go down. 2-1 game.
With a fragile 1-0 lead, Pettit carried a no-hitter into the fifth inning. But in the sixth, he ran into trouble, courtesy of a leadoff single by Smoltz and another by Grissom.
The Yankees expect the bunt. To Pettit. His throw to third. Out. Amazing for Andy Pettit, only 24 years old. In his second World Series game, you talk about poise.
Obviously, if I look like an idiot, probably if he's safe. And I just went for it. I really can't even tell you. I didn't think about anything. If I'd have thought about it, I'd probably have been safe.
Then, so quickly, it was over.
Now Jones back to Pettit. You want more poise? 1-4-3. Inning over, and the Yankees hold on to the lead. After 6, 1-0 New York.
It was the kind of battle Cy Young would have loved. Smoltz would leave in the 8th after striking out 10 and allowing 4 hits and 1 unearned run. He'd later call it the best game he ever pitched. After 31 years of baseball at Fulton County Stadium, the finale was living up to its billing. And when the Yankees sought insurance in the 9th, with runners on first and third, 2 out, and Wohlers on the mound, it also witnessed its share of surprise. For the batter was Pettit.
I had my head down, I hear somebody screaming at me, and it's Zimmer. He's over there yelling, "Get a hit, get a hit," like that. So, and I realized they're going to send me to the plate against this guy. He's throwing 100 miles an hour, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I thought I was going to get pinch hit for.
And here's what Joe Torre thinks of Chipper Jones and Fred McGriff, who will bat in the bottom of this 9th inning. He'll stick with the left-hander, Andy Pettit, not to hit, but to pitch.
What is going on here? Joe Torre, what's going on? Come on, Andy!
Runners at the corner, 2 out. Pettit pops one into left. Easy for Andrew Jones, and we head to the bottom of the 9th.
Torre's gamble took an ominous turn for Pettit when the Braves opened their half of the inning with a hit.
Base hit. Jones digging for second. He's there with nobody out.
Come on, Fred! Don't do it, Fred! Come on, Fred!
To the right side, the runner advances to third, and Martinez will take it himself. 1 away. And here comes Joe Torre.
It wasn't quite what Torre had hoped for, but as planned, he went to Wetland. Pettit had been all but perfect. 5 hits, no runs. The bad taste of his Game 1 performance now a distant memory. The Braves' rally hopes now turned to Lopez.
Right at Hayes. Jones holds it third, 2 out.
Wetland now walked the potential winning run and set up a classic confrontation when Jermaine Dye was called back in favor of Luis Polonia. Tying run on third, winning run on first.
Last chance.
Strike 1. Broken bat, foul ball, strike 2. The 0-2. Polonia stays alive. 0-2. Do it again. Bases at the corners, 2 out. Still an 0-2 count on Polonia. What an at bat. From Wetland into right field. O'Neill is there. Ball game. Yankees win 1-0 as Wetland saves it for Andy Pettitte.
Nice play, O'Neill!
Who could have imagined that the Yankees, after losing the first 2 games of the series, would sweep the defending champions in their own backyard, beat them in their stadium's final game? Pettitte's first World Series win and Wetland's 3rd straight save made the Yankees a perfect 8 for 8 on the road in the '96 postseason. But only John knows how close he came.
I let that go. I said, no. I didn't let it go. I just kind of cookied it in there, you know.
As the teams returned to New York, the miracles continued. 2 miles from the stadium at Columbia Presbyterian Medical Center, Joe Torre's brother Frank awaited a heart transplant. Joe had lost his brother Rocco to a heart attack in June. Now, for more than 2 months, Frank lay waiting for a new heart. On the eve of Game 6, he got that heart, donated quite appropriately by a man from the Bronx.
You go from, you know, no quality of life and probably death to all of a sudden, you know, having a young man's heart that, you know, and I'm being told by doctors that I have supreme confidence in, that I'll never feel, you know, I won't ever feel as good as I do now for quite a long time. So that's the ultimate. I mean, that was my World Series.
It almost seemed too right, as though supernatural forces were guiding the Yankees through this World Series. And when 2 priests from Notre Dame threw out the first pitch, New York fans had to sense that this was their night.
Destino, brother. El destino. La forza del destino.
Are the Yanks going to win this thing or what? Huh? See, in New York, you got to believe, baby. It's the #1 place in the world.
Born-again baseball fans had a newfound faith. 3 straight wins will do that to you. Now, the Yankees needed just 1 more victory for their first title in 18 years. They asked Jimmy Key for 5 solid innings, and he got off to a promising start, thanks to his slick-fielding left fielder.
Let's go, Jimmy. Let's go. Let's go, Jimmy. Tonight's the night. Bringing it home tonight.
Golf shot into left field for Strawberry. 1 away.
Did you ever think you'd be talking about Darryl Strawberry's defense in a World Series?
For the Braves, Greg Maddux, who baffled the Yankees in Game 2. His credentials were impeccable, but so what?
So he won 4 Cy Youngs. He ain't that good.
What he has is what the hitters refer to as late pop. And that's one of the key ingredients of getting guys out.
After breezing through the first 2 innings, Maddux encountered a hobbling Paul O'Neill in the 3rd, who threw a little salt in that recipe.
Down the right field line, curling into the corner. Extra bases for O'Neill. Bad hamstring and all. It's a leadoff double.
Up to this point, it hadn't been the best of World Series for Mariano Duncan. But now, he faced his most important task.
Come on, Mariano! Move along. Put some wood on it. On the ground on the right side. Let's go.
To the right side, Duncan does his job. 1 out.
The Yankees now needed a fly ball, and Maddox's former catcher delivered.
Into center field. That will put the Yankees on top. It's over the head of Grissom. O'Neill scores. Girardi is chugging for 3. It's an RBI triple, and the Yankees lead by 1. Yankees have done in 2 1/3 innings what they couldn't do in 8 against Greg Maddux in Game 2, and that is dent home plate. Now the runner at third, 1 out for Jeter. Base hit, 2-0 New York.
Guys, our booth is shaking. I think the whole city is shaking.
A most un-Maddux-like third inning. After Jeter stole second, New York's new center field hero sought to ride the Yankee Clippers' coattails.
Into right center, base hit. Here comes Jeter. The throw is no good. 3-0 New York.
Though Williams died at second, the Braves' best pitcher had been outfoxed.
Hey, Ted, how you liking it?
In the top of the fourth, Key ran into some tough luck of his own when he walked Fred McGriff with 1 out. Lopez singled to right, moving McGriff to second, and Andrew Jones then loaded the bases with still another hit to right.
Scary. This is scary. Come on, Jimmy!
3-1 pitch. That will force home a run.
Come on.
Suddenly, Key was missing badly, and the Braves' dugout was stirring.
So that makes it a 2-run game, and the base is still loaded, 1 out for the number 8 hitter, Terry Pendleton.
He'll kill you, Pendleton, I'm telling you.
Again, Key fell behind, 3-1.
Come on, turn 2, turn 2.
Jeter steps and throws, inning over. A golden chance for Atlanta. They get only 1.
Yeah, baby! Let's put him away!
In the 5th, another Braves rally was snuffed when Girardi sought to gun down Grissom at second base. The umpire called Grissom out, sparking a tirade from Cox. Before the dialogue was over, Cox became the 6th manager to be ejected from a World Series game, the first since Whitey Herzog in 1985. Still 3-1 in the 6th, Torrey turned to his bullpen after Chipper Jones doubled to lead off and McGriff grounded out, moving Jones to third.
Coming into pitch for the Yankees, number 52, David Weathers.
Very aggressive, comes right at the hitters.
Let's go, Yankees!
A strikeout and a walk from Weathers. It's first and third, 2 out. Here comes Torrey. As Klesko is announced as the pinch hitter. And now we see Graham Lloyd. An ERA of 0 in 5 innings pitched. Runners in the corners, 2 out. Gets under it, pops it up. Klesko in this series is 0 for 3 against Graham Lloyd.
We're almost there. We are almost there. 9 more outs.
The Yankees' hold the fort relievers had done their job. Now in the 7th, the magnificent Mariano Rivera came on to get his fait accompli, 6 outs.
Smoking. Smoking. Bring the heat. Bring the heat. Let's go, Mariano. Give the heat, baby. Give it up. Oh, baby.
We're in the 8th inning. Rivera trying to get it to the 9th inning, and John Wetland.
Vintage Rivera. 2 innings, no hits, no runs, no sweat. If this was a team of divine destiny, it was time for the savior.
John Wetland takes over. He has 5 saves in the postseason, 3 in the World Series, and the Yankees are 3 outs away from their first World Championship since 1978.
Let's go, Yankees. Let's go, Yankees.
Andrew Jones.
Let's go, Yankees.
One out, and now Klesko. Up the middle, off the glove of Jeter, and Klesko is on. That means the tying run will come to the plate.
Guy gets you a run for your money. Oh, my poor brother, he'll have the heart next.
1 on, 1 out for Terry Pendleton. This a long way from over.
John, put your heart out. John, you could rest all winter.
Into right field, that's a hit. Klesko will stop. Now he'll head to third. Throw cut off, and it's first and third, 1 out.
Your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, batting for Bronson, number 17, release.
Come on, John, baby, get this guy. Come on, John.
Right down the middle, strike 1. First and third, 1 out. Tying runs on for the Braves. Strike 2.
Wetland's pitching to the defense now. He'll continue to throw one fastball after another.
2 out. Joe Torre and the Yankees are now 1 out away. It's Wetland and Grissom. To the right side and through. A base hit. In to score is Klesko. And now one more hit could pull the Braves back even. 3 singles in the inning, and it's a 1-run game. Now it's first and second, 2 out for Lemke. A career 300 hitter in World Series play. Runners going. Lemke pops it foul. Near the dugout. And just out of the reach of Charlie Hayes. Another chance to the left side. Hayes waits. The Yankees are champions of baseball.
They were a team, a likable team, maybe in fact a team of destiny. Each player and coach with his own tale to tell. They were out-hit, out-homered, and outscored, but because they were a team, they won. And when they took that spontaneous lap around the house that Ruth built, even the most hardened Yankee foe had to crack a little. Imagine 23 world championships. No team in any sport has more.
Oh, the fans never gave up on us. This is a New York team. It's a comeback team. It's a team with a lot of heart, a team that New York fell in love with. And there's no better place to win than New York. And it just seemed like we floated around the field. It was an incredible feeling.
When it was over and the guys took a lap around the field, each one of them with their own story, knowing that from the first time I came here in 1956 to this, I've had a love affair with this team, and it just was very emotional to see the players wanting to wave goodbye to the fans and thank them.
This team represents New York because they don't quit. New Yorkers don't quit. All the problems, they don't quit this city. And this team, more than any I've seen, exemplifies that spirit.
Well, what happened yesterday and what happened again today, I can't tell you. Nicky, baby! Hello, Nicky, baby!
Am I going to see one of these pictures from someone? Got it.
We'll play today! We'll win today!
to do it in New York is, they say it's no better, and we're experiencing that right now. This is awesome.
Joe, I got a little cocktail for you, buddy.
Well, I think it's very special for him. I mean, he had a long time getting this series, a lot of ball games, and again, you know, with his brother getting a new heart. And, I mean, he was just emotional high. So for him to close out the season this way, to be able to be world champions, I know he feels outstanding.
I hope it lasts forever. I know it's so satisfying right now to be sitting here and exhausting. You're right, it does last forever. Reggie said it lasts forever, and you're right, because now you can talk about it. You know, I let the players celebrate on the other ones, but this one had to be for the fans right in the middle of the field, and it was so touching for me that, you know, they all, you know, were as warm as they were tonight.
And so, on a late October morning, the world witnessed perhaps the greatest sports spectacle of all time. More than 3 million people lined the streets of New York to honor their Yankees, to celebrate this wonderful game of baseball.
That's one of the best feelings in my life right now. Being in front of all the beautiful people, look at that. That's what baseball is about, guys.
This is incredible. I mean, words can't describe it. It's something you see on TV, and until you experience it, it's the greatest thing in the world.
This is incredible. These fans have been behind us all year, and you can't explain this right here.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I can't describe this. People are crazy. I'm so caught up in this. I'm enjoying every second of this. You want to be a part of it. You always dream of being a part of it, and I'm here, and I can't believe it.
And here in New York? No. Now I know that we have to go there and do it again.
It's happened before. It will happen again. But in 1996, the Fall Classic truly lived up to its name.
I'm so proud to be a Yankee, but most of all, I'm so proud of you fans. Because you talk about the greatest spectacle in sports history, that ticker tape parade was the greatest sports spectacle ever in the history of sports. Thank you. I was wondering why it took so long for me to get to a World Series. 4,200 plus games, 30 plus years. Well, I guess the good Lord was waiting for me to put on the pinstripes. Thank you very much. Mayor Giuliani, Joe and I would like to present to you and the people of New York this trophy for City Hall.